Welcome to Building Queer Food and a Cabin.
I'm Andy, a trans man building a social enterprise that sells story-led food products and gives back to the LGBTQIA+ community, while also renovating this cabin in the Australian bush and living in this pink caravan with my spouse. Before picking up from where I left you last, I thought it would be nice to show you the before and after of the parts of the cabin that we've already renovated. This is the before of the kitchen. For context, we bought this property as an estate property, which meant we purchased it as is.
And the after?
The person who used to live in the property before us was an older man named Mark, and he did sadly pass away in the cabin, but that did mean that we had to clean out all of his stuff before we began renovating. We also got rid of this hallway to open up the space, but here is the before of the bathroom.
And the after of the bathroom?
And lastly, here is the before of the bedroom. As you can see, the roof and walls were mouldy, and so we had to rip that all out and reseal the roof.
And the after of the bedroom that you'll see get completed in this week's video.
Now, following on from where I left you last week, after spending the weekend with family, we hitched a ride back home with a friend. We made 2 stops along the way. One was in Chiltern.
Welcome to Chiltern. Oh my gosh. Amazing. And the old town is like stunning. I love it. Amazing.
We also stopped off at the little bakery in this town and shared an Aussie classic, a jelly slice. We then hit the road again.
So we just had a little stopover and went for a really epic walk by the river. I'll just flip the camera out so you can see it.
We then enjoyed dinner together.
Amazing.
For today.
For today? Yeah.
Let's see if we've got a cat who's going to come out and say hi.
Made it home.
Good morning, little grey.
Good morning. So today is a queer food day, and I'm going to start by packing orders, including some really exciting orders that I'm going to send to some collaborators and influencers. And then after that, I'll drop them off at the post office, pick up some parcels, and then come back and work on this really big grant application that I'm working on for queer food, and a few other little admin tasks like that. So let's get into it. This is how I set up my order printer, by the way. And then we just plug it in here. While we're here, I thought I would share the two people that I'm most excited to send collab parcels to. It's Tilly Lucas Rod, who is a non-binary AFL player. I'll share a screen of their Instagram here, and G-Flip. They collabed with us for our chili sauce, so just really, really excited to get these parcels to them. So let's hit the road and send them. All packed up. I did have a lunch break, but now we're going to go and deliver all of these parcels. So let's get to it. We're actually going to go to 2 post offices because I have parcels at both nearby towns, but I'm living in a regional area. And we arrived. So we delivered the parcels and we picked up a couple of things to make more products. It's a full circle. So I just ran inside to the supermarket to get some Lemsip because I'm feeling a bit unwell. I don't know if anyone else uses Lemsip, but it's my go-to. And now I'm going to go to that other post office to pick up that other order before heading home. So I just got home and I put this into the food trailer, and I'll sieve the stock and update our spreadsheets and the paperwork tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be a food production day for me, and now I'm going to go and do the admin that I need to do. I don't usually do this, but I'm just feeling so sick that I'm just going to do my laptop work from bed for the rest of the afternoon. So yeah, I'll see you on the other side. Despite being sick, I'm very grateful to have little grey cuddles and to look at the sunset.
Stevie then made me soup and gave me cookies in bed. I then finished my evening stepping outside to have a fire with the friend that dropped us back home the other day. After making this coffee, my day didn't go to plan and I ended up needing another day in bed.
I did end up feeling sicker than I thought, so I've ended up in bed, but between sleeping I did finish my grant presentation, which I'm excited to have gotten done.
After that, I just spent the rest of the day in bed watching YouTube and hanging out with little Grey.
Good morning. So I'm starting to finally feel a bit better after the past 2 days. So I'm going to jump into the trailer and start making some products today. It'll just be a really big queer food day because I need to make some products. I want to test some blondies, and I also want to make our weekly Instagram video. And then I have a phone call to practice that grant with somebody who got it, that grant presentation with somebody who got it last year. And I've also got a friend coming to borrow the trailer this afternoon, so just better jump right on in. So there's 3 steps to canning food items. The first is to sanitize the bottles. The second is to make the food product sauce cordial that you're gonna make. And then the third step is the canning process, where we, and here at Queer Food, we use the water bath method. So we get the temperature to around 60 to 70 degrees. And then we put the bottle in the water with a loose cap. And we bring it up to 82 degrees, and then we take it out of the water, and 82 degrees or above, and then we take it out of the water and we tighten the lid, and then that creates a vacuum so that there's a seal in the food product.
And of course, you have to tidy up as you go. Throughout the cooking day, I also paused for a meeting and made the weekly Instagram content. You can look at it here.
So because my friend wants to use the food trailer and now that tap no longer works, I'm going to extend it to another one. We're doing a bit of a hose extension moment.
After all that, my friend decided not to use the food trailer tonight, but that's okay. It is good to have that fixed anyway. I then went on to do some chores for the evening.
And tonight we're turning the Queer Food tomato sauce into a pasta sauce, so let's see how we go. This is our very basic smoked Queer Food tomato sauce pasta with tuna and veg.
While I was sick over the past couple of days, Stevie finished the floor in the bedroom. Because we used recycled materials, we had to make a bit of a pattern with the floorboards. Let us know what you think in the comments. I then helped them tidy up and set up the bed, so the bedroom's done.
Need your bed? Look, little Grey, the bed's just for you. What do you think?
Despite it already having been a big day, there was one more thing to do on my to-do list.
So now I am going to test blondies, which is going to be hopefully one of the last products we launch this year before, as I mentioned earlier, consolidating marketing and scaling being the goals. But because I'm making them just for myself, basically, it's just going to be a bit more chilled. Here is my test rainbow blondie, here's my wear it purple one, and here's my trans flag one. So let's put it in the oven and see what comes out. As you can see, the foil did not keep the colours separate, but that's fine because when I do it normally I'll do a whole type per tray. But I still think that the trans flag colour marbling worked really well here, and there's a good little rainbow section here. And obviously the purple got a bit too golden, but I've learnt a lot from this, so I will update and tweak the recipe, and I will leave them to cool overnight and cut them up and try them probably tomorrow. And I did also finish cleaning and packing up the food trailer too. Good night. Good morning. This is Little Craig. Today we have to get ready for the 3 markets that we have this weekend. But I also have a psych appointment this morning because I, at the end of last year, really burnt out. So now I'm just trying to stay on top of that. And then tonight we have a kind of launch dinner because one of the markets I'm doing is part of a local harvest festival, and tonight is the launch dinner. So let's get up. Okay, so I've not vlogged today because I got up and had the psych appointment and then had a meeting with somebody I did the Seed Lab program with about production. It was actually really interesting. I learned a lot. But after that, the day went downhill because, then I fixed the sample brownies, and I'll put some final product photos here. But then after that, my day went downhill, and because the staff member who was going to help me out with one of the markets that I have tomorrow, because we have 3 markets on this weekend, called in sick, and so it was a mad rush to find somebody else to replace them. But I found someone from a local queer writing club who's going to help me out, and so I was going to bring you along the day for prepping for these markets, but now it's 5 o'clock and I have to go to this launch dinner tonight for the Harvest Festival. So tomorrow's the Harvest Market and and my standard farmers market, and then Sunday is also a standard market that I go to. And so I think I'm going to have to pull my first all-nighter in a really long time. Like, I really try not to do these. I was doing it a lot when I first started running the business, and I haven't done it for a very long time. But yeah, it's just going to have to be an exception to the rule to get it done. So I will bring you along for that instead. Little Grey's been fed. And now let's go to the launch dinner.
Celebrating this book, Fed Up. Can I just have a show of hands? Who's read it?
Okay, so it's after that dinner last night, I ended up coming home and having just a little bit of a sleep, and now it's around 2:30 in the morning, and I'm gonna pack for the 2 markets. Because I have to go set up at both locations because I only found someone to sub in to kind of stand in one of the market stalls because my staff member was sick for a few hours. So yeah, let's pack the car for both market stalls, and then I'll bring you along for the day. It's a big week, eh? And just so you know, this is like the first all-nighter I pulled this year, and I've done a few last year as I was building the business, but I really try not to do them anymore. But you know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. So the stuff for the first market's pretty much packed, and now we'll start doing it for the second. It's now 3:30 in the morning, and I'm all packed for both markets. Here in the back is mostly for the one that I'm going to, and in the back seat that I showed you earlier is for the other person who's helping me out. So now I'm going to go in and get another little nap before I leave around 4 o'clock to set up for the first market. So thanks for coming on the journey. It's now about 4:30 in the morning, and I slept in a little bit, but I'm going to leave and go and set up the first market site. So let's do it. Okay, so we're all set up now, and it's 5:39, so time to head to the next market spot. One benefit of today is that I've gotten to see this beautiful sunrise. Okay, now let's go and set up the second market.
Now the second market's all set up.
So we just finished at market 1, and now we've come home to pick up a few more products, and now I'm going to go to market 2. So getting through the day. Very tired, but you know, could be worse. And I do have a lot of fun at the markets. And we made it to the second market. So I got back from the second market. Now we're going to have a well-earned nap. And then we'll get ready for tomorrow and do a couple of other things as well. See you on the other side. Aww.
Beautiful.
I ended up coming home, napping and having dinner, and it's now around 8 o'clock. So I'm going to unpack the car from today and repack it for tomorrow, but just because it's late and I'm tired, I'm going to skip to the end. Let's click and it'll be done. And just like that, we're packed for tomorrow's market. So definitely getting better at this. I think it's around 9:30, so it did take me about an hour to like unpack everything and repack everything and do all the admin associated with that, but I'm just so excited that I can go to bed at 9:30.
So grateful I get to come home to these two.
We're up and driving to go to the third market of the weekend. I love black market trades where we trade all the leftover food at the end of the market, and this is one of the free things I got today. So I'm going to have a nap, and then I'm going to get on to prepping for that grant interview tomorrow, because tomorrow is tomorrow is it, $100,000 interview. Cannot believe it. Very nervous and excited, but yeah, I've got it. So definitely want to finish off some prep for that tonight. So I woke up from my nap and it's sunset, but let's unpack the car. All done. Hey everyone, so that's it for another week. I'm now going to go and prep for that $100,000 grant interview tomorrow. Fingers crossed that it all goes well, and I'll share how that goes with you all next week. But if you're enjoying following the journey, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. It just encourages me to keep doing this. And yeah, please tell everyone in your community that you love them, and yeah, I think that's the most important thing. So see you next week.